Hey guys, it's Hey Lady J, and as you can see today, I am not sorry, okay? You know what? I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. That's probably the dumbest thing people can say. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. You're not sorry, so why are you saying that you're sorry? Like, if you're not sorry, then you're not sorry. So stop saying you're sorry that I'm not sorry. It just doesn't make any sense. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? That don't make no sense. So we're gonna just clear the air. I'm not sorry, okay? I am not sorry for who God has called me to be. And I'm not gonna be sorry for the life that I choose to live. I have this desire to be more like Christ and to pursue holiness and to pursue being just more like Jesus. And people really be coming for me. They really be, and that just tells you how perverse our world is. Like, people have the nerve to criticize and make fun of me for trying to be more like Christ. But that's how the enemy works. Like, the enemy, the devil, he hates Jesus. He hates Jesus because Jesus came to defeat him. So when you start to look more and more like Christ, the enemy is going to hate you more and more and more. And he's going to use people to come after you. He's going to use people to discourage you. He's going to use people to make you doubt and make you feel like you're doing too much. But you have to know who you are. And you have to be encouraged in your walk of holiness. And you know the crazy thing is, people automatically assume that when you are pursuing a life of holiness, that you just automatically think you're better than other people. I'm literally about to give you an example that's going to debunk that myth right now. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm playing. He was the holiest person to ever walk the earth. He was the most perfect person to ever walk the earth. And he did not see himself or place himself above anyone else. Actually, he did quite the opposite. He lowered himself to the most humble position of a servant, and he served those around him. He served those and loved on those that weren't living holy, that weren't pursuing the same life of righteousness as he was. And he didn't think he was better than them because he was pursuing God's will and because he was pursuing a life of holiness. So you gotta stop just assuming that about everybody that's trying to be more like Christ, that's trying to better themselves, that we just assume that we're better than you because we are pursuing something that you may not be in the moment. I'm not sorry. Like, I'm really not. I'm not sorry that I'm saving my virginity from my husband. I'm not sorry that I'm not thirsty for social media attention. Like, I'm going to have clothes on in my pictures. And I'm not saying that I'm better than girls who are out there exposing themselves. Like, that is not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that I'm not going to be intimidated by a lack of attention from a male audience because I'm not showing more than I feel that I should be showing. I'm not sorry that I don't use profanity, like, and I used to before. Like, I'm telling you, it used to just be like, but now it's like, it's almost like it hurts coming out of my mouth. Like, it doesn't have a good taste when I cuss. Like, it just doesn't feel good. So it's just like, I don't have that desire anymore. And I'm not sorry about it. Like, I'm not. Now, I don't think I'm better than you if you do cuss, but I ain't sorry that I don't. I'm not sorry that I don't listen to a lot of mainstream music because I don't care to pour into myself those messages of degrading women and, drugs, money, sex, all those things. Like, y'all, my freshman year of college, oh, this is embarrassing. Literally, my entire playlist, and I didn't even notice it at the time, but my entire playlist, like, every song was about sex. And I'm sitting there wondering, why am I thinking about sex all the time? Like, I'm a virgin, I'm trying to be pure. Why am I struggling with thoughts of sex? Well, duh. Okay. What else you think you're going to be thinking about if you're listening to those songs all the time? And so it's just like, when I had an awareness of that, and literally, y'all, when I changed, look at God. When I changed the music I listened to, those thoughts weren't attacking me every single day. Like, the fight for purity was a lot less hard when I listened to things that had a pure message behind it. People like to just assume that you just think you're better than people or you're so blessed and you're just so holy. No, man. I'm struggling. woman. I can't just have those things thrown at me all day long and not think about it like I am so weak in the mind. But I'm strong in Christ because I let him, where I am weak, Christ is strong. So I allow him to pour into me and make me strong in those areas that I used to struggle in. And guess what? I'm not sorry about it. Like, I'm not. Don't you be sorry either. Whatever ways that you choose to glorify God, whether it be through the way you dress, speak, carry yourself, your purity, like, don't be sorry about it. If people got something to say about it, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Now, just because I pursue holiness and righteousness does not mean that I am perfect. Like I said, it is a pursuit. It's a daily pursuit. Sometimes I'm going to fall, but guess what? I'm sure going to get back up. Like, the Holy Spirit will not let me stay in a fallen place for too long. I know when I'm falling off because that's when I start catching a really ugly attitude. I have a really short patience with people. I get to the point where I'm ready to start cussing people out. Sometimes I might, start cussing a little bit. And that's when I know. And it's not saying like, oh, well, I thought she was holy. No. But I don't desire to stay having an attitude. I don't desire to stay cussing and wanting to cuss at people. I don't desire, like, I might go through a season where I'm battling with lust and battling with impure thoughts. Yes, I'm still human, but I don't desire to stay in that place where I'm battling 24/7. Like, I desire to refocus and retrain my mind and renew and transform my mind to think of things that are pure, to think of things that are holy. And no, it's not going to just be 24/7, but at least I'm making the effort to try to consume as much of my life in God's light as I can. So stop coming for me. Like, seriously. So with all that being said, I want to make something very clear to you today. That regardless of this pursuit of holiness and righteousness, that I desire to pursue, no amount of holiness, no amount of righteousness can make God love me more. And I need you to hear that, because I can't. It's something that I do that comes from my heart. Like, my pursuit of trying to carry myself a certain way and trying to make, transform my mind and renew my mind and to be more like Christ, that comes from my heart because I desire to do that. Like, my love for Christ pulls me to want to be more like him. I'm not doing it as if I could earn salvation or earn God's love for me or make myself a better Christian than somebody else. Like, no. This is simply coming from the love and the grace that God has extended to me that just fuels this desire within me to look and to be more like him. It's like, honestly, what I think really fuels a life of holiness is when you truly and deeply experience the power of God's love and like an intimate connection. Because once you get that intimate connection and you see how beautiful that place is with you and him, you become so thirsty. Y'all thirsty for likes and thirsty for all this attention. But I'm thirsty for Jesus, okay? I'm thirsty for the Lord. Because it's like when I'm in his presence and when I'm so intimately connected to him, like, there's nothing like it, y'all. I'm telling you. Like, there is no human relationship that can compare. There's no success or achievement that can compare to just when you're in the presence of God and you just feel him so strong. Ow! You make me want to shout that. Like, it's amazing. I can't even use words to articulate how that feels. But when sin starts entering your life and your flesh starts taking over, you can feel a difference. Like, you feel yourself getting pulled away more and more from God. And so it's just like, this pursuit of wanting to be holy and this pursuit of righteousness comes because you want to be even more intimately connected with God. You don't want any sin to encroach into your life and pull you away from even the slightest moment of intimacy that you could be missing out on if you got pulled away by sin. So I just need people to change their perspective on people that want to pursue holiness and that want to fill themselves with good things. Like, it's okay that I love listening to worship music and I love listening to music with positive messages. I love speaking positive messages. It's okay that I don't feel the need to engage when people are negative towards me. And even though the world sees that as weak, I know who Christ has called me to be. Like, I don't have to entertain every person in my life that feels some type of way about me if I know that I'm doing exactly what God is calling me to do when he calls me to do it. So I just want to encourage you, if you are not pursuing a life of holiness, if you are in a lifestyle of sin, that you would just give God a chance to just truly like blow your mind. That you would allow God just to enter in and just transform, even if it's just a little piece of your heart. Give him that opportunity to do that, because when you start to see the difference within yourself, you want it more, like you crave it more. It's like a drug, like you want to change more. You want to please God more. You want to just be closer to him and more intimate with him and have less sin pulling you away from his presence. Like, oh, I can't even, like, I just wish I could explain it better, but this is the best I can do, so I ain't sorry. But for real though, like, it's just so amazing. And I just pray that you'll be able to experience it in your own life so you can understand, like, just people's desire to want to please God. It's not to make themselves seem better than you if you're not doing a certain amount of things. Like, it's not about that. It's just that the heart that we have for God just pulls us to want to be more like him and closer to him. So I encourage you, if you have been feeling discouraged, if people have been coming for you, know that it's not those people, it's the enemy. You look more like Christ, and the enemy hates Christ. And so he's going to try to do whatever he can to plant seeds of discouragement and self-hate and self-doubt so that you won't want to emulate the light of Christ that God has put inside of you. So we rebuke that today. We're going to be light, and we're going to be a pure, unfiltered, untainted light of Christ. Because I'm not sorry. Like, I'm not sorry that I'm choosing to live a life of holiness. I'm not sorry that I'm choosing to be set apart from this world. I'm not sorry that I don't do the same things that everybody else does. Like, and you know what? It's okay. And I'm definitely not sorry about this popping purple lipstick, because, baby, it is too cute. I ain't sorry. Guys, I love you, and I am praying for you, and I just want to encourage you. Get your holy on. See? Get your holy on. Yeah, get your holy on. Do you? Be light. Be bold. Be holy. Yo, I gotta get off this camera. Alright, guys, I love you. Lady J, out.